Yes, my friends, today I'm going to compare the cameras on the Google Pixel 7 and the cameras on the Google Pixel 7a, which are cameras that, when it comes to the exterior design, look practically identical, and they both have about the same megapixel count, but that are not the same. There is a big difference between these two cameras that Google doesn't want to talk about too much, but that makes a very big difference in terms of picture quality, and it's that the Pixel 7 has a bigger sensor both on the main camera and on the ultra wide camera, which means a lot of good things. It means that more light gets into the sensor, that there's bigger pixels, so there's more sharpness and colors are more accurate, and there's more shallow depth of field, more bokeh effect. But anyways, that being said, let's begin as always by talking about the main camera on these two phones. As always, I'm going to show you pictures, the same picture on both phones with some nice background music, zooming in so you can see the details, and then I'll come back to give you my conclusions about the differences and which one is better and how better it is. Let's go. And there it is. Very, very big differences between these two cameras. As you saw, the Pixel 7 was, as I said before, better in terms of colors, has more depth of field, has more sharpness, and overall the pictures look a little bit better. On the Pixel 7a, everything looks a little bit more blend, kind of like a 2016 phone. Everything is like flat. There's no depth, there's no bokeh, there's no punchiness in the colors, which are things that we see on the Pixel 7. But anyways, let's move on to the ultra-wide camera, which is the one that I'm using to record this video, because this one also has a bigger sensor on the Pixel 7, but it is not proportionally not as big of a difference as the one we saw on the main sensor. So the differences are probably not going to be as big, but let's find out. Let's go. Okay, that was exactly what I was expecting. Smaller differences, but differences nonetheless. As you saw, it also has better colors. It also has a little bit more depth of field, and it is visually sharper. That is, I think, the biggest difference that I've noticed, is that the Pixel 7 is very sharp. It is very, very sharp. And the Pixel 7a is so sharp, but not as much. As you can see, I'm recording right now with the selfie camera on both phones, which is practically identical. This is the camera where I've seen the least differences between the two. It is almost undistinguishable, and it makes sense because they both have the same. I think it's not the same sensor, but it's the same size. So yeah, it is the same. It is the same. If you just want to take selfies, doesn't matter. But if you want to take photos or videos with the main sensor or the ultra wide sensor, then as you saw earlier, it does make sense for you to buy the Pixel 7 as opposed to the 7a. It is noticeably better in both, in everything. If you plan to use this phone to take a lot of photos, you like photography or video, then I would highly recommend you get the Pixel 7 instead of the Pixel 7a. The price difference is not that big, but the quality difference, especially on the main sensor, is big. Amazon links in the description. Check them out. Really, they have very good prices.